Jesus said regarding his coming, the one shall be taken and the other left. What is the real meaning of Jesus' words here? Does this mean one will be left alive on the earth and the other caught up to meet the Lord in the air? Could it possibly be even more dramatic than that? Let's go straight to the Bible for our answers. If it's in the Bible, it's for me. If it's not in the Bible, it's not for me. I'm Ben. On my channel, I help you prepare for the soon return of Jesus. If that's important to you, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Let's go straight to the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 24, to look at the words of Jesus. To get the full context, let me set the stage just a bit. This is important, so don't skip it. Jesus speaks about great tribulation in verse 21 and 22, such as never was since the world began. He then warns in verse 23 through 25, not to be deceived by false Christs or false prophets who will appear at this time. He then warns us not to believe that his coming is a secretive coming. If someone says he is in the desert, go not out, or in the secret chambers, do not believe it. So if they say Jesus is in the jungle somewhere, or a city, or a desert, don't believe it. Verse 26 to 28 reads, Wherefore if they shall say to you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Jesus tells us his coming will be like the lightning, and it will result in the carcasses of many being laid on the ground for the birds to eat. Revelation 19, verse 15 through 21 also tells us about this great event. It says, Out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty God. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, Come and gather yourselves unto the supper of the great God, that you may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. It will clearly be a great battle scene when Jesus comes again. None will escape. Verse 21, And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. Now, back to Matthew 24, verse 29 through 31. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. These verses tell us that Jesus comes in all power and glory after the great tribulation. At this time, he gathers his elect believers with the great sound of a trumpet. If you're looking forward to the return of Jesus, will you hit that like button? It will bless you, me, and others as we express and share the faith of Christ more. Now back to Matthew 24 to look at the verses in question today. Verse 33 tells us if we watch the signs, we can know that his coming is near, even at the doors. Like the changing of the seasons, the signs tell us that something big is coming. Now for the passage we've been waiting for. Verse 36 begins saying, But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. You see, none of us know the day or the hour, but we can know when it's near. Verse 37 says, But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Here Jesus compares his coming to the days of Noah. People were not watching the signs. They were not aware that the flood was coming, even though they had heard the message. They did not realize God's judgment was upon them until the flood came and took them all away. Jesus says his coming will be just like this, as the days of Noah. Verse 40 continues the passage. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. When Jesus speaks about his coming as a thief, he tells us here that people who do not watch are caught off guard. Obviously, those who are watching know when it's near, but those who do not watch will be caught off guard as a thief coming in the night. Jesus tells us this is just like it was in the days of Noah. At that time, 2 will be in the field, the one taken and the other left. 2 will be at the mill, the one taken and the other left. As when a thief comes, their house will be broken up if they're not watching. Now we must compare this to Luke's passage on this subject. Luke 17:24-27 reads this way, For as the lightning that lighteneth out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. But first must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. Obviously, that was a first century reference to Christ's death. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Matthew 24:39 says the flood came and took them all away. Luke clarifies that when the flood comes, it destroys them all. So the meaning to take them all away by the flood means to destroy them all. People were taken away in judgment by God at the flood. It will be just like that when Jesus comes again. Luke also records that Jesus added Lot's story to this explanation, verse 28-30. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom it rained fire and brimstone from heaven, and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Clearly in Lot's day, you were either destroyed or saved. It was one or the other. Verse 31 says, In that day he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. The choice was either be saved or be lost, either die or live. That was Lot's day. I hope it's becoming crystal clear that when Jesus comes like a thief to take one and leave the other, he will destroy one and leave the other. Lot's day, Noah's day, and Jesus' return will be the same way. Jesus continues in verse 34, saying, I tell you, in that night there shall be 2 men in one bed. The one shall be taken, and the other shall be left. 2 women shall be grinding together. The one shall be taken, and the other left. 2 men shall be in the field. The one shall be taken, and the other left. And they answered and said unto him, Where, Lord? And he said unto them, Wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. Jesus is telling us in this expression that one will be saved and one will be destroyed. One will be taken away in judgment and the other will be allowed to live and to meet the Lord in the air. The point of Jesus is that one group will be saved, one will be lost, like it was in the days of Noah and the days of Lot. There will be no second chances here at all. Many are being placed in danger because they think they'll have another chance. After a secret rapture, I'll get a chance. No, there are no second chances in the Bible. Once Jesus returns for his people, that's it. Your choice has already been made. So I hope that a lot more people, even teachers of the Bible, will come to see this truth and to understand it the way the Bible really teaches it. Please share this video with as many people as you can so they can hopefully see the truth in the Bible and get ready for the coming of Jesus. And even more teachers of the Bible will start teaching the truth about this topic. I'd love to hear your comments, thoughts, or questions in the comment section below. Please drop a word, hit the like button, and share this video with a friend. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'll also enjoy this one about the coming of Jesus and how to be ready. May God bless you today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.